Hey guys, my name is Francisco Hernandez, and today's video is going to be an editing tutorial over the image that's on the thumbnail as well as on the screen right now that I took recently on a trip to Canada. I want to jump right into this tutorial, which I would consider to be a bit of an advanced tutorial, so just keep that in mind. But before I do that, I do need to let you guys know that this video is sponsored by Adorama. Adorama is an industry-leading retailer that has been serving photography, videography, and audio customers for almost 50 years now. Their motto is everyone is a creator, and they do their best to unleash that creator within us all by providing us with the tools and expertise necessary to get the job done. I personally shop at Adorama for both the great deals on products I use and recommend, but also the great customer service as well. If you find yourself interested in any product I talk about in today's video, check out the links that will be in the description area below, and be sure to use those links if you decide to order. When I look at this image on the screen, I'm trying to figure out what things I want to adjust. So I do want to raise the exposure a little bit, so let me just bring it up maybe 0.25. Yeah, 0.25 is pretty good because it's not making her face too overexposed, which would be the case with 0.5. Yeah, it's too overexposed, 0.5. Let me see if I'm going to keep it to 0.4. And then if I just reduce the whites a little bit to like -15, then it'll do a good job of keeping, you know, a little bit of exposure bump, but reducing the bright areas of the skin. So I do like it now in terms of exposure. Second thing I'm going to do is bump up the colors. So that's going to be all the way on the bottom. The blue primary saturation slider, I'm going to bring it up to 80. So obviously whenever I do that adjustment, it makes the oranges and the blues a little bit too strong. So I'm going to go to the HSL section here for the saturation. I'm going to bring down the oranges to negative, let's say 15. Yeah, negative 15 looks pretty good. And I do feel like the oranges could be adjusted, the oranges or the reds. Let's see if I adjust the oranges. Okay, yeah. It feels like I'm changing it to be more greenish tone and then more, yeah, literally magenta, red, and green, yellow. So let's see how I feel about, I think +1 actually is a big difference. So I'm going to keep it to +1. Reds, I'll just do another slider here. And ooh, I do like it with a little bit of the reds lowered. So I'm going to keep it to like -8. And then just give it a little bit of extra slide. Yeah, -8 looks pretty good. I'm going to go to the temperature and the tint and see how I like this. I'm going to keep it, you know, if I bring it up a little bit, because it's originally at 5850, if I bring it up to 6100 and then I raise the tint a little bit to like 15 or 16, it looks pretty good, but I feel like she's a little too orange. So I will adjust the temperature on her skin in a second. But now I think I'm just gonna give one last look, and I think I do also want to raise the sharpness from 40 to 60. And I think after that, I'm good in terms of these adjustments that I made so far. Let's see the before and after. This is the before, this is the after so far. But now I'm going to go to the adjust brush section, which is going to be K on the keyboard shortcut. I'm going to go to plus, go to select subject, because I do want to make her a little bit cooler in temperature. And hopefully it selects her. Okay, it did select her, but not this dress in the back. So I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to reduce the temperature to, let's say, -5 looks pretty good. So -5, she looks fine. I think if anything, maybe a little bit of magenta. So I'm going to put 5. I think that's pretty good. So let's see the before and after of that. So this is the before, this is the after. She's a little bit cooler, a little bit more magenta now. And now I'm going to just raise the shadows of everything but her. So I'll go to plus again, go to select background, and it should be everything but her. Oh, that was pretty quick. Okay, so let's see what happened. Yeah, everything but her. It did get a little bit of the dress here, so we'll see how that looks like. But I'm going to raise the shadows a bit and see how that looks like. Maybe +40 will be fine. I'll probably add a little bit more contrast in Photoshop, but +40 looks good. If anything, I think I might just add a little bit of exposure in the hair because it's a little dark and it's kind of blending in with the background. I should have added another light there, but you know, very dramatic as it is right now. So let me get one last plus. I'm gonna get the brush, and maybe actually if I go to plus and go to objects and I zoom into the hair, and then I'm gonna click on all of the hair, and hopefully it did select just the hair, and it did a pretty good job, a really good job actually. So let me see if I can just bring up the exposure of the hair, maybe raise the shadows a little bit. Okay, that's a little too much. Okay, so let me just go to 5 shadows and then +4 highlight or exposure. So this is going to be the before and this is going to be the after. I might just grab another brush and just go to the darker areas of the hair and then just raise the exposure a tiny bit in those areas right where the hair is at. So, and maybe this area here between the hand or the arm and her hair, and just go to raise the shadows a little bit. to +50, and then exposure tiny bump. Okay, you know what? I'll just leave it at like 0.1. And I think we're good here. So let me just zoom out and see how it looks like. And this is gonna be the before, this is the after. And now I'm gonna export this image in Photoshop Beta to remove a lot of the distractions, then move into normal Photoshop. Now that I'm here in Photoshop Beta, all I'm gonna do is pretty much just remove only the distractions, because I do have a lot of my presets saved in shortcut and keyboard shortcuts saved in normal Photoshop. So I'm just gonna get the lasso tool, which I already have selected, but it's over here, keyboard shortcut L, and then just start to select certain things like the softbox, Ashley, maybe this tree here, this entire tree, some of the, you know, whatever this is here in the water is, and then start to remove them. And I might also just change the kind of dark area here on the bottom to see if I can use AI to kind of make it more of a nice blend. So let me just skip through all that. I'm gonna do that right now, and then skip to after, which is when all this stuff is gonna be removed. Okay, so I'm finally done with the distraction removal. So now that I have that figured out, now I'm gonna move into Photoshop and continue the edit. I wanna give you guys one last before and after of the distraction removal. So this is the before, and this is the after. Very, very different image. So here's the before again, here's the after. But now that I have that, and to give you guys a little bit of explanation about how I did all that stuff, it was just very tedious. I think it was like 16 minutes of work just to select different things and click generative fill, or using the remove tool in Photoshop Beta to remove things. And it was just very tedious work. And now that that's out of the way, I'm going to just go ahead and adjust the colors, because I feel like that's something that I want to do to this image. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to get the adjustment layer section here in the bottom. I'm going to get a selective color adjustment layer, and then kind of just have fun with the sliders and see how I like the image. I do want to give a lot of like color to this image. So I feel like when I do that, like at this level right here, her skin is like too red. So sometimes I might give 2 selective color adjustment layers, one for just the background and then one for just the subject. So I'm going to just do that right now, and then I'll show you guys the different adjustments specifically with the selective color that I made. One thing I just did right now is just manually brush off of this selective color adjustment layer where I was really messing with the colors because it was making her too red. So I just brushed off this section, or that kind of color adjustment, off of her, because I don't want her to be too red. I just want to adjust the background. So let me just show you guys the before and after real quickly of just the, those areas of, adjusted color. But now I'm going to get another selective color adjustment layer just so I can fix the colors throughout the image and kind of just focusing on just her skin tones. Before I do that, I'll show you guys the different adjustments that I made. And all I do is just right now is reduce the red cyan to -70. And let's see how these look like over here. I think I might add a +2 on the magenta, and I think the yellows, I think I'll keep it at +4. And let's see how the yellows look like. Let's see if I move this to -20. Let's see if I can move that to +2. And I think the yellows would be good at actually in a -4. And if I really want to get a little bit more saturation, I can go ahead and just raise the blacks. So I'll do that by +2 on the yellows, +2, and then I'll go to the reds and then see how this looks like. If it just, okay, it looks a little too colorful, but I think +1 is fine. Okay, +1. And then let me show you the before and after. Here's the before, here's the after. And now what I'm gonna do is, actually I was gonna make another selective color adjustment layer, but I feel like the colors are fine for now. So now I'll just get the frequency separation set up. So I did have a video, or I do have a video on this, and all I do is just separate the image in color and texture so that I can really focus on the color and use it to kind of, so I'm just gonna go ahead and skip the video into the part where I already have those layers right now, and then I'll continue. But actually real quickly, one thing I am seeing is the floor. When I did adjust the colors of this whole image, it did adjust the color of the sand, and I'm not liking that. So I am gonna just brush that off of the sand. Yeah, it was just making the sand a little too red, so I didn't like that. So I'm removing it. And now what I'm gonna do is now I will make those selective color, or not selective, the frequency separation layers. And now with the frequency separation layers there, I will have the color one selected, which is gonna be L. And I will zoom in a little bit and see what needs to be smoothened. And I do usually get my wet brush, which is gonna be the shortcut for me that I made, is gonna be N, but it's gonna be not the wet brush, but the mixer brush And for you guys, it'll be where the brushes are. So it's gonna be the mixture brush right there. Use these different settings here on top. And now all you need to do is just paint a little bit back and forth, and that'll smoothen the skin wherever you want it to be smooth. So I'm gonna do that. And sometimes I will get the lasso tool on certain areas, like maybe this area right here, because specifically when it comes to this mixer brush, sometimes it does work good. Like in this area, I already know it's gonna work good, but sometimes with more complicated texture, it might be better to just get a lasso tool and just select certain areas and then add Gaussian blur to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do that now. Now that I'm done with the frequency separation, let me show you guys the results. So here's the before and here's the after. And now I'm gonna get a dodge and burn. I'm gonna get dodge and burn. And the way I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna get a curves adjustment layer. Curves. I'm gonna bring it out of the frequency separation folder. And I'm gonna bring this one up a level. And I'm gonna call this one dodge. And I will invert the mask using Control or Command I. And then I'm gonna do the exact same thing, but for a darker exposure. So curves adjustment layer. Go to one level down. And then get, invert the mask, Command and Control I. Then call that one burn. And when it comes to dodge and burn, you can do it two ways. You can do a global adjustment, which just means keeping it zoomed out and applying dodge and burn that way, or you can zoom in and remove things like blemishes or inconsistencies in the skin that way, and that's called local dodge and burn. So I'll start with global dodge and burn first. And I'm pretty much done with the dodge and burn now, so let me show you the results for that. So here is going to be the before and here's the after. I did add a good amount of dodge in this shadowed area, as well as this leg right here. I might add a little bit more actually, because I really wanted that leg to pop with the lighting, and I didn't really get that with the lighting straight out of camera, even though she had like a reflective leg. If she had like some like oil on, that probably would give me the results I wanted, but I'm just gonna just do that with dodge for now, because obviously you don't want to have her wearing oil, especially because it was, there was a lot of mosquitoes there at the photo shoot, so that probably would have, maybe she used the mosquito spray as oil. I'm thinking after the fact, but let's just go ahead and zoom out now, and let's see the before and after now. And yeah, now I actually do like it. Maybe it's a tad bit too bright. And aside from that, I think I'm pretty much done. If anything, after this video is over, I might just remove further distractions, but that took a lot of time, and I'm just very, tedious and finicky with all the little distractions. But I think that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it helped you out. I know it was a little bit of an advanced tutorial, but I don't want to just make beginner tutorials and it be like lengthy. That may be something for like a full Photoshop tutorial kind of class that I might make eventually. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I want to give one last thanks to Adorama for sponsoring this video, because when they do that, it allows me to keep making free content for you guys. So definitely check them out. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the very next video.